On the next episode of Sips, Suds, and Smokes.
Today we're going to take a tour of the Garden State, New Jersey. On a recent trip back home, I picked up a few beers from several breweries and brought them back to share with the good old boys.
The New Jersey beers we'll be trying today are 609 IPA from Glasstown Brewing Company in Millville, New Jersey.
Woohoo!
The Sneak Box American Pale Ale from Kane Brewing Company in Ocean, New Jersey.
Woohoo!
The Current New England Style IPA from Tide Brewing in Cape May County, New Jersey.
Yay!
Vienna Style Lager from Double Nickel Brewing from Pennsauken, New Jersey. The Cape May IPA from Cape May Brewing Company in Cape May, New Jersey. And maybe, if time permits, we'll have a bonus.
We'll be right back after this break. Brought to you almost live from the Dude in the Basement Studios. Why? Because that's where the good stuff is. It's Sips, Suds, and Smokes with your smoking host, the good old boys. Suds, Suds, Suds. It's time for more Suds.
Hello. Welcome and grab a chair. This is going to be fun. It's another Sud segment where life's not a box of chocolates. It's like a mixed six-pack from the grocery store. Get it? Get it? See what's in front of you?
That on paper, that actually was not as funny as the way you read it. Way to go, Dave.
Well, it is Mike saying that, so.
Oh, boy. All right.
Grain of
Because
salt.
sometimes you get a beautiful oatmeal stout. Sometimes you get a Pilsner that tastes like a Heffa with a shot of movie popcorn butter in it. You never know what you're going to get. Is it going to be awesome? Or is it going to be a pour?
Hold my hand, Sean.
Or is it going to be a Mike?
Or is it going to be a Mike? I like that. All right. I'm one of your hosts, good old gal Julieanna. And speaking of Mike, say hello, good old boy
Good
Mike.
old boy Mike. It did not
is
suck.
forking with us.
Not yet, anyways,
Wait,
right?
Dave had a sound for me. Sort of.
Michael is forking with us.
Fork you very much.
But you talked over it, so you'll never get one again.
Oh, okay.
Whatever. Good old boy Sean, hello.
Hello. Good to be back as always. Good old boy Sean. Here with no fear, but here with beer.
Hey, wow,
True.
that was all right.
True.
I'll hold your hand, man.
Good old boy
you, Mike.
Drew,
That's not his
hello.
The poetry that is flowing from around the table is
There's a flow, all right.
wonderfully engaging.
It's a lot, isn't it?
It
yeah,
is.
yeah. It's hard to take in sometimes. Good old boy Dave.
You're funny. You're really funny. I like you.
Dave, is that your ringtone?
Yes. Whenever Juliana calls.
Yeah. Okay. Today we're going to take a tour of the Garden State, New Jersey. On a recent trip back home to another state, not New Jersey, I picked up a few beers from several breweries and brought them back to share with the good old boys. Yay.
I think it's nice to share.
Sharing is caring.
It is, and see how much I care about you guys.
Obviously, Mike cares because he's always sharing his opinion.
And we would expect no less, would we? Okay.
He's here to help.
He is.
Yeah.
Good old boy Drew, why don't you give us today's lineup?
The New Jersey beers we'll be trying today are 609 IPA from Glasstown Brewing Company in Millville, New Jersey. The Sneak Box American Pale Ale from Kane Brewing Company in Ocean, New Jersey. The Current New England Style IPA from Tide Brewing in Cape May County, New Jersey.
Yay.
There's not a city there? Vienna style
see.
lager
They're
from
unincorporated.
Double Nickel Brewing from Pennsauken, New Jersey.
You did that very
I
well.
was about to say I may have murdered that. Is that too soon? No.
Hey, Ronnie, come here. He said the word.
The Cape May IPA from Cape May Brewing Company in Cape May, New Jersey.
See?
Cape May County.
And maybe if time
Cape
permits,
May
we'll
is
have
in
a
Cape May
bonus.
County.
So
There you go. Thank you, good old boy Drew.
it was my pleasure.
Good old boy Sean, why don't you give us the Suds ratings for today?
All right. Going with a New Jersey themed music appreciation take on these ratings. 1 being the lowest, 5 being the highest. The Jonas Brothers of ratings. Number 1, that sucks. Give me anything but a bud.
Well done.
But a Jonas Brothers.
That was pretty well played.
That was well played.
That was smooth.
With number 2, with you'll be doing 18 to Life with Skid Row, because was that a belch? Nope.
2 is the most underwhelming sound effect.
It really is.
That's why I added that in. I need to give it a little zhuzh.
Bit.
Just make that pop.
The number 3 rating, we're going to go with Old Blue Eyes. Wasn't that a kick in the head? Ah, what a relief.
Aww.
A little senior citizen head trauma. That's always pretty
He did it his way.
I did it my way.
Wow, that was
All
Something.
right. And number 4, just like Bon Jovi, I'll be there for you. These 5 words I swear to you. A body should really not make that sound.
Oh.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. I heard you saying Bon Jovi. That made me
Reflex.
Rude.
All right. And some of us may not be the biggest fans of the boss, but we can't not recognize the boss. No, Bruce Springsteen checking in at number 5. Listen to that hang time. Give me another.
I only acknowledge one boss, and she hosts the show.
Way to go, Dave.
Suck up.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Ding ding.
All right. Sounds good. Let's get into it. First beer that we are going to talk about is the one from Glasstown Brewing in Millville, New Jersey. It's not on the coast. It's kind of inside. But
Do you think there was a glass
I have
mill?
a quick
Is
question.
609
Oh, yeah.
I
there?
Yeah,
influenced this over. So, was there anything in particular that made you pick these beers? Like they were all at one stop, or you were looking for a certain style, or you've had all these beers, or you've had none of these beers before?
There's one brewery Kane, that I have had beers from before, but these others I have not. Some of them were recommended to me by places that I stopped at, and others I just randomly said, you know what, this sounds good. Let's give it a shot.
They're pretty. I like the can.
So can art.
And it wasn't actually, it wasn't the can art. No, I was looking at styles and
You're pretty. You got a nice name. I like you. I'm gonna bring you home.
yeah, exactly. I'm gonna put you in my belly.
I knew it was something between that and the dude on the turnpike that said 6 beers or 20. So
It's very titillating.
I did not last long on the turnpike. It was more of the Atlantic City Expressway. But
Yeah.
anyways. Okay, so let's get to the first one, which is called the 609 IPA.
Clocking in at 6.9% ABV.
wow.
It is, yes. It's the only IPA for South Jersey. Haha. Light in body, but bold and hoppy citrus. It's your new favorite. Brewed with Cascade, Simcoe, and Citra
Call it the
hops.
609.
Well, because it's the area code. Just saying.
Yeah, they overthought that. How long does it take you to come up with a beer name, Sean?
Just depends. Sometimes they come right away. Sometimes you gotta let it
I'm
simmer.
never in the room, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
why
like
is that
writing
the
a
case?
song. But
Let's collaborate.
Let's collaborate.
Yeah.
All right. So your first beer is not going to be 609. All
Yeah.
right. So
Yeah. Nor is 615.
definitely not.
Maybe drop that 931 area code.
ooh, nice.
Talk to me.
931 life.
Yes. You'll be feeling that love.
If it doesn't fit,
What are we thinking?
must acquit.
I'm still missing my 717.
I don't know. The first thing that's kind of hitting me is it's a little creamy, in terms of the mouthfeel. it feels like the hops are fighting with each other.
I agree.
There's like a bitterness that's going in opposite directions. There's one that's like metallic, and there's another one that's kind of abrasive, and they're fighting with each other.
I think that describes what I'm tasting, but I almost thought it was like tannins or something.
It was
that
very
were coming
reminiscent.
through that, like almost like a tea that's steeped too long.
Yeah.
Kind of.
That's a very good description. Yeah.
Yeah. The bitterness is on this is not pleasant at all.
It's mellowed out a little bit as I've drank it more, but it's still, the bitterness is really what's off-putting for me on this.
Creamy was my first thought, and then the bitterness is not what I would expect. It just doesn't really match up.
I do not like this.
All right.
This does suck.
Juliana, what do you think?
The creaminess is pleasant, but the sharp dankness at the end is a little strange for me. And I'm enjoying West Coast IPAs now more, right? Because
Right.
I'm kind of softly over the New England IPA, like orange, juicy. Okay, everyone's allowed to their. It's just
I wish I had a sound effect of someone screaming.
no. It's just that there's been so many of them. Do you know what I mean? That I'm kind of like I'm swinging my pendulum back to enjoy and appreciate some West Coast.
You need a little more resin in your life.
Yes, I enjoy a little bit more resin. Maybe that's because I need to play my violin more. I don't know. But this is just a little too, it's sharp bitter, and it's not, and it lingers. And what I like about a good West Coast IPA is that it stops. And this doesn't stop. And so I'm confused.
And there's no caramel to balance the, it's like it.
Yeah.
They don't know where
that's
they're
it,
trying
Dave.
to go.
And that would be nice.
If there was some sugar, in this to kind of bring it around, I believe that it would have a bit more balance, and maybe all of that, bitterness collision thing going on would be at least a bit more tempered.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like they went a little hard on the Cascade in this one.
The Cascade really stood out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not in a good way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, this reminds me of Two Heart. No, it doesn't.
Okay. Well, we are going to rate the 609 from Glasstown 01.
Nowhere to go but up.
I don't like it at
Like the Jonas
all.
Brothers?
Okay. Next one that we are going to talk about is the Sneak Box American Pale Ale from Kane Brewing in Ocean, New Jersey.
It smells very good.
5.4%. It's an American Pale Ale with using Citra hops exclusively.
Oh, yeah. That would explain the nose.
Yeah.
Wow.
Snap. Wow.
I want a cheesesteak now.
Oh, yeah. This is definitely some Citra hops in this.
I want a gallon of this.
If you, and for the uneducated that don't know what Citra would bring to the table, this is a beautiful presentation of what Citra does.
Yes.
And explains why a lot of brewers like to use Citra.
It is a fun hop.
We'll have more thoughts in just a minute after the interlude. Welcome back, everyone. Today is a little road trip around New Jersey and taking in a few of the breweries from that fine state. What we're talking about right before the break was from Kane Brewing in Ocean, New Jersey, and it is the Sneak Box, which is 5.4% pale ale. Thoughts, guys?
Come on, Mike. Tell us how much you hate it.
No, I think this beer is okay. I think that it this is a good beer for somebody that's there at the table that wants something that is fairly approachable and simple.
Yes.
We were talking about another beer that this was reminding us of, which was Zombie Dust, and that was Sean that came up with that excellent connection between the two. I just Zombie Dust is a lot bigger than this. I think this is for somebody sitting at the table that says I really enjoy Hefeweizen, but I want something that's different. That would be this beer.
This is a chip off the Zombie Dust block.
This would be a great beer for someone who's like, I don't like IPAs.
Right.
Well, here, try this.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's definitely, the IBUs on this are very approachable. It's a sweet citrus component that is probably the cornerstone of the taste profile for this. And I think that's going to be rather appealing to a very broad audience. I'm betting that they sell a whole lot of this.
They do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you like lemonade?
They do.
Okay, good. Try this.
Yeah.
But but in its simplicity,
Much more complicated than that.
Right. But in its simplicity, in the scheme of things, only using one hop, I think this is just a really good go-to.
Yeah.
And if I'm on the beach,
Yeah, this is great.
this is a good,
Straight out of the can. Don't
Jersey
put it in
Beach.
a glass. You don't
Right.
want that sunlight ruining these hops. These
No.
beautiful, beautiful hops.
Well, I think
No.
too, like a lot of times people try to get too fancy, like, oh, we've got 7 hops in this beer.
Right.
You don't
we're gonna
need that.
Build this complex
Yeah.
thing. No, dude, just pick a good hop, balance it with the malt the right way, and make a good beer and be done with it.
Yeah, I would invite them to absolutely change this, not one point at all.
Yeah.
The only thing you can do with it at this point is screw it up.
Yeah.
this
What
is
was the ABV on this one?
Only 6%.
5.4.
5.4.
Dude, that is
No, perfect.
This is a crusher.
that is
Right.
right there. Yeah.
Right, right.
I want a 12 pack in a canoe.
Yeah. And be done with it. Yep. We are going to rate the sneak box a 5. Yes.
Congratulations, the Bruce Springsteen of this tasting so far.
I know,
the
right?
Lost Proud.
Or Misfits. I mean,
Question for you, Juliana.
Yeah.
Did you listen to New Jersey music while you were driving across New Jersey?
Does a bear poop in woods?
She was probably listening to prog rock or something like that.
No, I was listening to Springsteen radio on
Sirius XM?
Yes, on Sirius.
I said the E Street radio would have been another good one. to
I
go
was
with.
listening to Yes Fragile.
Maybe it was. Maybe it was.
While I was editing last week's episode. So there's that.
Wow.
See?
Yes,
Like back in favor.
that
if
is
you-
awesome.
That's all I need to do
If
to
you
come
like-
back into the circle.
If you like old British women screaming while somebody bangs on a trash can.
Hear me.
Iron Maiden?
Just need John Anderson,
said it.
squealing in your ear. Yeah.
You're rude.
It's a great album.
This is true. I'm
Fragile
okay with
is a great album.
It's one of the better non-studio Yes albums. So
Good old Fraggle.
I love it.
Fripp.
Fragile?
Fraggle Rock.
Right, Fraggle Rock. Yeah.
So you guys want to talk about our topic today? Worthy of discussion.
If you want
Sure.
to, Mike.
Since you went there, sure.
Step forward and hear all about the bear.
Speaking of bears.
So, a car thief who hid from police inside a giant teddy bear learns his fate. The Greater Manchester Police noted that Joshua Dobson is now stuffed behind bars and hopes that he finds the 9-month sentence bearable.
This has to be Manchester, England, right?
It's Manchester, England.
Manchester,
Yes,
Tennessee,
that's right.
dude.
Manchester, England. Police in Manchester, UK, found a suspected car thief. I don't know what the difference between a car thief and not a car thief. So apparently,
Allegedly.
there is a space in between.
Well,
the
he's
two.
not convicted yet.
Yeah. So a suspected car thief, Joshua Dobson, hiding inside a giant teddy bear. A suspected car thief in Manchester apparently found the idea of being arrested unbearable. So he reportedly attempted to hide inside a 5-foot teddy bear. Here is the spoiler alert. Joshua Dobson's attempt at being a master of disguise didn't work, and now you will have to see if he can bear time behind bars. The 18-year-old, there you go. That's I don't even have to
How
read
tall
the
is
rest
he?
of the story. The
It was a pretty big bear.
Yeah.
A 5-foot bear, though. 5 foot.
I have pictures.
He cut the butt.
The
out of the
18-year-old
bear
has
so he
been
could get in.
wanted by Greater Manchester Police since May when he allegedly stole a car and didn't pay to fuel it up. Oh, wait a second.
So why would you pay for gas if you steal a car?
I have so many questions.
So, William, I'm going to go steal a car and I'm going to drive it around and I'm not going to fill it up with petrol, okay?
You're a monster. That second part.
I'm
You
telling
rebel. You anarchist.
Coppers are not going to catch me, man, because I'm not going to put petrol in that vehicle. So then Dobson managed to elude capture until July when police were searching a house in Rockdale and noticed what a force spokesperson described as a large bear breathing. Dobson was taken into custody and charged with the alleged crimes. What does that sound like?
We got a large bear breathing.
Me and my boys, we walked into the room, and I was looking around. I said, "Hey, that is a breathing bear," and I was very suspicious of this.
The king killed them all 150 years ago.
Listen, let me tell
when
you
bears
something.
are supposed to be breathing and when they're not. I'm a good copper.
Okay, you know what? You make fun of it. All right, but if you walked into a room and there was first off, a giant teddy bear, it's kind of weird.
It is a little weird.
But if it was breathing, that would be kind of unsettling.
I would wonder which beer I've had before that. So Dobson was taken into custody and charged with the alleged crimes. He was sentenced to 9 months to a young offenders institution last week. What does that look like? I think you just sit in a room and they go, slap him again until he says, I'm not going to crawl in the bear. I will not crawl in the bear.
What are you in here for? Car theft and crawling in a bear?
Yeah.
Well, no, that's the interesting thing is
You're going to be somebody's bitch.
he was charged with car theft, failing to fill up with petrol, but not destruction of property.
Yeah. Well,
Was
maybe
it
it
his
was
house?
It could have been his
Was it
bear.
his bear?
Yeah. For
How
all
many
you know, he
18-year-old
took the bear in there with him. It was his bear. Yeah.
Maybe he had it in the,
Wow.
maybe he had it in the car with him. I don't know.
No, we should pull the where the night court video. It's not called night court.
Actually, I would
UK.
like to see the
arraignment hearing.
body cam footage when the guy turns around and goes, "Is that bear breathing?" What's going on here?
Well, that's playing in their pub all day long on a loop, going, and then Tommy turned to the left and the bear was breathing, okay? I mean, I've heard like killer bears coming out of the corner and stuff, and I looked at him and I said, that's not right.
I think if that guy was smart, he would have played it off like he was Teddy Ruxpin or something like, I'm your best friend.
I would have loved to have heard the radio.
I like the
I would have loved
police.
to have heard the radio calls going out. Okay, so we got a breathing bear over here in Rockmore. So
We need armed police immediately.
we need backup.
Hello, kids.
I need somebody to
Policemen
come
are
and bear witness to this.
Policemen are your friends, kids.
Seamus, you're not going to believe this one.
Officer, would you like to dance with
But the
me?
thing is it sounds like this kid, it was almost premeditated. Like, I mean, seriously, when you look at the pictures, you're like, are you going to crawl into that size hole in a bear?
Oh.
It's like, so it's almost like he
What
had
in
a
the
practice
butt?
He's
run.
got to
at
be
it.
a small kid.
It's like, what class do you take to do
He's
that?
just a wee fellow.
No, pull harder. Timmy, pull harder on the fabric. You almost got your head in there.
Oh, God.
Beat that batting.
It's not like a Patterson bear. You can pull stuff out of it, stick your head
I
in
wish
there.
they would have gotten a picture of him in the bear suit.
Well,
That would have been amazing.
They could embellish the story a lot better. I mean, people could be getting naked. There could have been, a couple having a good time. I mean, there could have been a lot more,
Well,
this story
actually,
could have been a lot
speaking
better.
of good time, I mean, there are people
That
are into
do that
furries,
sort of thing. Yeah.
who are
But-
kind of into that. So he could have gotten a date on certain apps
Dave,
while wearing that bear suit.
Who are these friends of yours that do this?
How do you find out these
Don't
things?
judge me.
I'd like to find the
I
Venn
don't-
diagram
called-
of criminals and furries.
You don't have
It's
to name
called
names
the
here on the
internet.
radio.
Yeah.
I'm not here to kink shame, bro.
What's
but
the name of that
yeah,
Facebook group?
Look. Swipe
does that
left.
go against the community standards?
Swipe left if you like unicorns.
Latex and
Swipe
teddy
right
bears.
if you like.
You're an admin, right?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, say it, Dave.
That's right.
Kick me out.
You're kicked off the show.
That's a summer of questionable decisions just
I'm
waiting to
telling you.
happen.
I want to know if the kid passed the class.
I wish they would've
Did he
perp walked
actually
him.
get
beer,
out?
beer and furries.
Did it complete the
That'll-
young
that'll be
offenders
next
training?
summer, yeah.
Do you get it like a free certificate?
Coming
you know?
next summer to
Maybe
Sip
they
Suds
give
and
you a
Smokes.
parting stuffed bear, on the
Pairing-
way out the door, going, "Here you go, kid. You
Pairing
made it."
beer and fetishes.
Okay.
We may have to do
That
that.
content would actually
Does he
probably
get free
perform
beer
very
at the
well.
pub now, or do people just send him in the corner, going, "Go ahead, sit over there, sonny"?
We just need all of our listeners to send us your fetish, and we will pair. we will pair a
That's a
beer.
good old boy Dave at sipsudsandsmokes.com.
Actually,
Pictures welcome.
Wow.
Send their beer as
You know,
well.
Yeah.
There are some ideas that I just have to say no to because I'm the one that has to
really?
read all of the email.
Man,
I
we would,
can't
Just send all of your email to Dave.
Yeah.
Leave the cork in at Sip Suds and Smokes.
We would be right back at the top of the Apple charts, man.
I can feel we're going to be at the top of something.
Yeah.
The show has suddenly taken a turn. Better. Oh, they sexed it up.
Yeah, right.
Sip Suds and
People are going
Smokes
to ask
after
us.
dark.
So what was that moment when you felt the momentum going downhill? Boom! This is it right there.
After the show.
When you knew it was all going to end
Yes.
that day.
Wow. Okay.
There you go, Joshua. It's all your
Good
fault,
job,
buddy.
Joshua Dobson, wasn't he quarterback for UT
Hey.
at some point?
Hey. You quit it.
Just a long distance relative. Okay. Moving on. Let's go to Cape
Back
May
to
County,
Jersey for beer.
New Jersey. Yes.
Needs to be a stuffed bear in this story.
Whatever. We're going to talk about the Counter Current New England style IPA from Slack Tide in Clermont, New Jersey, which is in Cape May County.
So it is possible to make a New England style IPA in New Jersey.
All right.
And make it hazy.
I was going to say, it is hazy.
6.5% ABV.
This is quite
Passing
nice.
my test. See, Dave?
Yeah.
I know where that finger's been, Mike.
I was checking the bear.
That's how they found out there was a guy in the bear.
What are you doing over there?
They had to check his oil.
I'm going to put my finger in this hole.
Salt a battery with your finger in the bear?
Okay. First of all, this is lovely.
This is
Second of
lovely.
all,
Yes.
Slack Tide is a brewery that Slack Tide and Kane are the two breweries that to me come to mind with New Jersey. Also, Cape May Brewing, their IPA, but we'll get to that in a minute. And they've won
there
like
more
a
of
few.
this?
Yeah, there is.
Yeah. That's
There you go. That's a good sign.
Is lupulin powder cheating?
no. It's
Nowadays,
still,
no.
Yeah. No. I mean, everything's on the table, especially because
Get a free T-shirt.
yeah.
Right.
No, I mean,
Yes, I
you know,
use lupulin.
you getting the flavor without all the vegetable.
Yeah.
You know.
It's called efficiency.
Yeah. Efficiency. Yeah.
Oh, they don't have to clean out
For
the
his-
tank all day.
Yeah. For as wasteful as this style is in terms of the amount of hops and the volume you get in the end,
The size
Well,
of
then, so we should just use
packaging.
capsaicin extract in hot chicken then, right?
Oh, totally.
So I really,
That logic checks out.
I really love the hop profile on
Yes.
this. I mean, it's spot on. I bet you we've had 50, 80 different, beers that have this exact same, hop profile. Very good, very tasty. I don't really find it to be that juicy. It's not very acidic, to me at all.
Oh, I think it's juicy.
It's definitely, if I have to pick a fruit, I would say lemon would probably be my first choice off of this. Yeah, I like this beer. It's certainly in that crushable category.
Sean,
for
what
NEIPAs.
fruit would you pick?
I was kind of thinking tangerine for some reason.
Yeah, I can go with that too.
Well, kumquat over here.
Oh, kumquat. Yeah, Julie, what's your fruit?
Super special. Here's a teddy bear.
Whatever thought Juliana had is gone.
Yeah, it just got ruined.
Mike does that.
I'm kind of like Seville oranginess on it.
Orange
Yeah,
is
Okay.
Gymnosaurus.
yeah.
So I like the so a bit of the theme, at least between you and Sean, is the kind of sweet citrus, component, and that I think is probably dead on.
Whereas
But if
Mike
you're-
is bitter.
Lemon. I
like him.
chose-
very bitter,
Well,
very acidic.
I
Meyer lemon?
Yeah.
yeah. See, I'm thinking
could-
Meyer lemons, which are
Yeah.
actually, I think, to me, are sweeter than more acidic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's just when I think of you, I think of lemon.
I know you have a lot of thoughts when you think about me, Dave. So wow.
They come down to one thing.
Okay.
The birds are flying.
He touched the bear with his finger again.
Mike is
Poking the
totally
bear.
going to buy a
He's
giant
poking
stuffed
the
bear on his
bear.
way home today.
Okay, but it's nice and it's pleasant. And when we
Yes.
think of New England IPAs, we're thinking of something in this vein anyway.
This
like,
fits.
Definitely.
right.
Yes.
It fits all the boxes. It checks
At
off.
If it doesn't fit-
Captain Lawrence,
You must acquit.
at a Captain Lawrence beer very recently, that definitely that was a NEIPA beer that I thought was kind of dead on for this. I'll have to look up the name. It was like Mover or Move or something like that. But so many NEIPAs, I think, can really definitely the juicy component, that acidity can actually just overwhelm the palate, and I think really just get out of balance. But
it's so weird, like the NEIPA thing's been out for so long, and like so many people have done their own take on it. It's hard to even back into what a genuine NEIPA should even be at this point for me. Like I'm kind of just at the point of like, is it good or not?
Similar thread, juicy. Like when I hear juicy, I typically am thinking more sweet.
Yeah.
Right.
Mike, good old Mike is obviously thinking more acidic, right?
Bitter, because he's bitter. And
well,
acidic.
I'm surrounded by orange trees and grapefruit, all around my house in Florida. So, it's,
and you're wearing orange.
It's true. Yeah.
There's that.
He's going to go hunt stuffed bears later.
I think probably the biggest compliment I could give this beer is I would actually have another.
Yes.
Of these.
Yeah. I mean, the first thing I did was grab more beer. Dave grabbed more beer. Yeah. No, it's.
If there's any more.
We got another can. So
there
we
you
need to
go.
open it back up. We'll crack it open.
Yeah. No.
Okay, so we are going to rate this beautiful thing a 5.
Hey, another Bruce Springsteen on this show.
I know. Yay to Yay to Slack Tide.
There's a Glory Days joke in there somewhere.
It's interesting.
Glory Days or Glory Hole?
Several of the local breweries that around us all day long, make this style of beers all the time. And I guess what I find interesting is I don't think anybody's doing anything quite like that.
Agreed.
Here. It's that soft characteristic, about it that really makes this really crushable. So, yeah, definitely don't just have one, order 2 of these and enjoy them both, for sure.
Okay, cool. Well, quickly, let's get into the next one. It's a Vienna lager from Double Nickel Brewing in Pennsauken, New Jersey. And this one is 5.3% ABV. And I thought it was cool to actually have a Vienna, a Vienna lager.
Something non-IPA.
Don't get enough of them, unfortunately. And this one's quite nice. It's a little lighter than I would expect, both in color and body, but not unpleasantly
Not too outside the realm.
No, yeah.
No.
Yeah, there's some nice flavor going on with the malt backbone here. It's I'm enjoying it.
It's almost like a nice palate cleanser right now.
Mm-hmm. We will be back with more after this interlude.
Yeah, I knew a place like that once.
Preservation Company.
Welcome back, everyone.
Wait, you're going to call the slaughterhouse preservation packing?
All right, so right before the interlude, we started talking about Double Nickel Brewing's Vienna lager. And we thought it was a great palate cleanser. Yes?
Yeah.
Agreed. I like the packaging on this too. Very, very slick.
Clean, simple.
Very simple.
No.
Not just
good
sweet,
can art, because
even.
that is my primary requirement.
Yes. we know that's how you drink beer, Mike. It's
That's
just
right.
doesn't look
What's
good.
your decisioning process?
It's better to look good
Will
than to
I
feel
look good drinking this beer? And if it looks good, I look good.
Therefore, it's good.
Well, a nice Vienna lager should just be pretty smooth, easy, and I think this hits that mark.
I agree. Yeah.
I think most of the Vienna lagers that I approach, I'm on guard for 2 things. One is it going to be too sweet?
Yes.
Yeah.
The second thing is it going to have a clean finish off of it? Truly embodying a lager, because it seems like I get some pale brown, sticky, gooey crap that
Coffee that's been rehydrated
we've
from the
been there.
bottom of
Yes,
it.
we've been there.
Okay,
Yes.
whatever you were dreaming of, this is not even remotely. So this actually is spot on for style. It has good balance about it. It's not too sweet,
Right.
and I think when you step into these, very simplistic, style beers, there's nothing to hide behind, and
Correct.
you're either gonna nail it or fail it. And so,
Ooh,
I really think they nailed
that.
it pretty
Nail
good
it or
here.
fail
And don't change anything with this other than the size of my cup.
Yeah, let's see. Can I get this in a tall boy?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. No, this is definitely a good year-round drinker for every occasion.
I might have enjoyed it being a tad bit drier and a bit more crisp, than this on the finish. If I had to pick anything out of this, but honestly, if you tried to fix it, you would just screw the whole thing up.
Yeah. Well, and there's, to your point with some of the Viennas, for me, it's that lingering breadiness, and this doesn't have that. It's there, and then it
goes away.
fades. Yeah. No, this is a pleasure.
What do you think, Julie?
Well, just needs a Stein.
And the reason why I bought this particular one from Double Nickel was the fact that you can't hide with the Vienna lager. It's either done what, like, average is to me bad for a Vienna lager. It's either done really well or it's
I'm not drinking it.
Right, exactly. Because this is an easy style to brew but can go wrong in so many ways, Well, we are going to rate the Vienna lager from Double Nickel a 4.
Can't do 3 5s on the show.
All the fingers.
Well, we could rate it a 5.
This is the bad medicine of the Bon Jovi catalog.
All right.
Well done.
Next,
It's not the Young Guns 2.
After New Jersey, I'm really don't know the Bon Jovi catalog that well. The New Jersey album is really the pinnacle of Bon Jovi.
there's so much more. Have a great day, right?
I don't know.
There's a lot of good songs on
There's a lot of good songs, but it's just like
That was after the first round of surgeries.
All right. Moving on. Let's go. Let's go to Cape May, New Jersey. And Cape May is a really nice beach. It's a really good place.
Lemony.
Yeah. This to me is classic Southern Jersey beach beer, if that makes any sense.
This reminds me of those lemon shortbread cookies.
Okay. So this is 6.3% ABV. It's named for America's oldest seaside resort. It's loaded with floral and citrus notes, slightly bitter and zesty.
So yeah, I'm trying to figure out if it's the malt. They're saying it's a West Coast IPA, but with in the heart of the East Coast. So do they try to throw a little East Coast IPA style love in this? And if so,
where is it?
Well,
it got lost in the glass.
Yeah,
that's the thing that's striking me is that I keep on looking for something to, that's going to hang on there. It's watery. It doesn't have a lot of body to it. It just is like barely there and gone. I just,
kind of reminds me of like watermelon Jolly Rancher.
See, I was thinking Fruity Pebbles cereal, but eaten in water instead of milk, which is a really odd thing to think, but that's what it reminded me of.
Yeah, this just looks like somebody made this in a brew pub and said, "Oh, cool, we actually get to make another 2.3%." Off of this, if we serve our own beer.
Man. I think it's a good beach beer to me.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm liking it.
I'm not on a beach.
And I have
Go sit outside and drink it.
liking this for a few
Come back and
years.
tell me what you think.
Haters are gonna hate, but
I
I'm
don't
a fan.
hate it. I just think that it's lacking.
It could be better executed.
Yeah, that's all.
There's a lot of hope and promise in this.
It's supposed to be West Coast.
Well, so
what about
it has West Coastiness to it. Yes, it does.
Coastiness.
Well, so
if it's brewed in the heart of the East Coast, you're taking an East Coast IPA and you're adding a zhuzh of West Coast to it.
Oh, is there a zhuzh? There's a zhuzh.
West Coast needs more than a zhuzh.
So how much is a zhuzh? Is it like
similar to a buttload?
It's not a buttload.
Metric or standard?
Is it more of a smidge?
Okay,
like a nudge?
We're just all right. I guess most people are going to rate the Cape May IPA a 2. However,
so we're going to rate it a 3.
No. Okay, fine.
I just don't have a good skin.
My favorite children gets 3s.
Was that for number 3?
Yeah.
All right.
So that was Sinatra.
That was Sinatra. So yeah.
Okay.
Just
All right.
All right. So
because you guys are just mean. See, I'm not going to let you two sit next to each other anymore. All right?
It's Sean's fault.
all right.
You're going to fly him to the
quit
moon.
touching me. Quit touching me.
We
Quit touching
got
me.
okay.
holding my
Okay.
hand.
Look, we got
I'll call it
time
Teddy
for
Bear.
a
It
bonus
was a
round.
very
Bonus
good
round.
beer.
Bonus round.
Bonus
Bonus.
Okay.
It was a very good beer.
And which
Wow.
what is the bonus beer that
When
we
I
are
was
drinking?
The
Julianna?
bonus beer
I
that
was a
we
year
are
from hiding in
drinking
a bear.
is from Kane
Not to be confused with Kane Brown.
And it's called Whitehall.
Whitehall.
7.2% ABV IPA.
Yep, this isn't on our sheet, right?
Yes, it is
It is.
on the sheet.
I see, yes. I see.
It was brewed with
Lord
a mix
in
of Pilsner and crisp best ale base malt with some oat malt and flaked wheat, and then Whirlpool hop with Citra, and then it was dry hop with some Mosaic and Citra goodness.
Thank you for no lactose.
But you need to make a milkshake out of something with a teddy bear. So
The aroma on this is absolutely stunning, by the way.
I completely agree with that. That is the first thing that caught. I got a good whiff
can't
of this
help
before
but
it even
whiff it,
got
yeah.
up, and I'm like, wow, I just want to smell this.
Beautiful
I could
too.
just smell this all day.
Aroma. Yeah.
The color is quite beautiful as well. Like this looks like it smells and tastes delicious.
You were holding out on us, man. Is there any more good beer at the bottom of the ice chest?
Yeah, we're gonna drink that after you guys leave.
Yeah. So here on their tasting notes, they use the word tropical fruit. It definitely embodies a lot of that ambrosia component to it. It has, kind of a coconut, Mascherino cherry, kind of bananas floating around.
Ambrosia salad.
Yeah, which is all really great. I think the hops are really well balanced, great mouthfeel. Man, I could absolutely smell that can for at least 15 minutes.
This is the kind of beer where you don't need a lot of caramel malt or anything. You use the light malts and you just balance the hops out like that. That's how this is supposed to be done.
This is definitely approaching, some other folks that have probably gone after this particular, animal. This could hang tough with Trillium. It reminded me actually of an Alchemist beer was, probably the first thing that came to my mind. And I was like, especially just because of the intense aroma, around this.
Mike, hold that. No, keep that, Mike.
I'm holding
I don't know what you guys are doing.
Okay.
Okay, see, you keep doing this where you're going to go both ways. Okay.
No,
She was just
I
giving
just
you
gave
yours.
one.
We're not going to go
left.
We're not going to go
Okay.
both ways.
Pass
Okay.
the beer
Okay.
to the left.
So what we are going to rate this beautiful, stunning, and this is something that I could drink all day, by
What's
the
it
way.
called again?
Whitehall IPA from
Yeah.
Kane, a 5.
Totally. This is excellent.
I might even visit New
Best
Jersey
beer
with
of
that
the
beer.
flight easily.
I know.
After
I
this
know.
show, you
This
will
is-
not be able to visit New Jersey.
This is a good Max solo.
Yeah. Okay. Now we got time for one more bonus beer, and this is the
Double bonus beer.
Yeah. This is the Slammer New England IPA from Slack Tide. 6.2% ABV, a hazy soft yellow with notes of pineapple and grapefruit. And it's
There's your
got a
ambrosia.
really nice fish on the can.
Wow. I say good luck
It
after
smells
having
like
that
little
Whitehall.
Stevie.
Nose is not nearly as pungent as that.
No,
No.
it's not.
It's kind of grapey.
Needs more bad.
Yeah, I get that.
This, though, okay, so yes, hazy is in New England IPA. This one, though,
What are the hops?
I get a little more burn, a hot burn from it. Yeah,
It's like it's got this grape must kind of.
Grape must.
If you haven't figured out, we're actually tasting all these in real time, so you're really getting
so
a lot
what
of
you're
our
saying-
very
It's
first
like a
reaction.
white tea kind of thing.
Yeah,
Looks
that's
like
it. That's a very good
maybe.
description because there's a bitterness component that's there, but it's kind of a knockdown, bitterness that almost has like a watery bitterness to it. So yeah, white tea, great. I love that brew.
yeah. Coming off the previous beer,
Yeah, it's hard to follow that one.
Yeah.
It really
It
is.
is
Like I feel like if this was the first
huge
one,
fall from where we were. Can I blend some of the Whitehall with this?
right?
Not bad though.
yeah. I mean,
You
this
have to
is
have some of it left.
I mean, I would still say this is one of the stronger beers of the flight.
yes,
for sure.
absolutely. Yeah,
I like this one because it's got a bit of pineapple to it. It's not just a
That's-
traditional
That's
Really?
good. I
New
like that.
England IPA,
Yeah.
like juicy. I like that just little nudge of pineapple tropicalness to
you call
it.
that-
Is it the
nudge.
sweet fruit or more of the rind, the pineapple rind? That
Pineapple rind,
that
yeah.
gets the latter, yeah.
Yeah. But I think I just like it because I'm so
Galaxy.
overwhelmed by a lot of
Okay.
New England IP, like that super juiciness. You catch my drift?
Super juiciness.
Yeah,
Like
that sometimes it's nice to just dial it back just a little and add just a little.
Say yours. Go ahead and say it. Say yours.
Yeah.
All right. That's the newest lexicon word right there.
No, I love it when, we use the word jejune on here. So it's a harmitas,
So
say
you said,
jejune.
you said Galaxy hops?
No.
Is it loaded with
Say
Galaxy?
teddy bear.
Loaded with Galaxy. That's Mike's stripper name. So
Please welcome to the main
This
stage,
is just-
loaded with Galaxy.
This is just such a knockdown version. And it's really unfortunate to taste the Whitehall literally within seconds.
It's hard to follow.
Yeah.
It is what it
It's
is.
so difficult to stand up to that Whitehall. I mean, I just, this is but a dwarf of that.
Yeah. It's good.
It would be it's
I
more
would do
approachable.
this. I think it's still, like I said, one of the stronger beers of the flight.
I agree.
Yeah.
I really enjoy it.
Another Bon Jovi of beers.
Yeah, and we are
you
going
make my
to
stomach
rate
hurt.
the Slammer. Thank you, Slack Tide. A 4.
Bon Jovi. Come on, dude. Get it together, Sean.
So I'm wondering, as you guys are walking into the store, we have these conversations, always of as the hop craze, kind of run its course. And, part of me always says, no, when you move to aisle 2 of the hazy beers, at your local liquor store, then you'll know that
IPA is still king, man. I mean, as far as styles go, what people want to buy and what people want to drink.
But do you feel that we're in a Me Too land, with these where
Absolutely.
it's, because there are some beers we've had today I've tasted probably 20 times, the exact same, hop profile.
Yeah,
Amberg, don't fix it.
Yeah. Who doesn't want to chase, Hetty Topper or sip of sunshine?
But but you
Mike
can't.
hated my BFS.
But like if you're opening a brewery, and we know someone who's opening a brewery, but like you can't. There are a few styles that you're gonna have to have, right? Like there's like you're gonna have to have an IPA.
Yes.
You're probably gonna have a
pale
dark
ale
beer,
and
like
a
a stout
dark
or something
porter
like
or
that.
Something light, like
And
a
then you
Kolsch
can
or
do
yeah.
then you can do some other stuff. You can play around a little bit, but you've got to have your core beers, and everything is a Me Too kind of thing. Well, I shouldn't say Me Too, but yeah, me also. Like I want to have like this guy's got this beer, and plus, like how many pale ales over the years are patterned almost right on like Sierra Nevada pale ale.
Right.
Like you find something that works and like why
And you
why
stick
not
to it.
go
And it
after
could be
Imitation
a
is a sincere
regional
form of flavor.
flavor
Exactly.
or something.
Yeah. So do you think that people are chasing revenue or they are
Yes.
tasting
Totally revenue.
or they're tasting taste profiles of saying, I see that those other people's beers are really selling well, so I'm going to chase that taste profile.
I think you want to be artistic and you want to be creative and you want to make something you can that you can stand behind and put your name on. But
Unfortunately,
at the end of the day, you got to pay
beers don't
bills.
sell. Yeah.
You gotta pay bills.
I mean, you talk to any brewer, a Rauch beer is, one of their favorite styles, but it's a hard sell to the general
but
public.
guess what? Everybody's making a hard seltzer now.
Right. And there's that.
And
But
was
then-
that being pushed by the brewers or
I
by
want to
the
go somebody who makes
That's being pushed by the
Belgian
consumers.
darks all day long.
Okay, but then aren't you also going along with whatever it is that you're going to have at the tap room? Like if you're going to have pizza at the tap room,
Right.
you want a beer that's going to go well with the
Yes,
pizza. If you're
yeah.
going to have something more substantial, then you're going to have something a little bit more
Yeah,
than
you
that.
look at
You know
like
what I mean?
Brewery Vivant, where they're doing these complex beers, but then they also have
Right.
a very complex food menu.
Right.
Yeah. Sure.
I mean, it makes sense
Belgian
because you
brasserie.
go there
Yes.
to have the food as well as the beer.
Always enjoy this conversation.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's going to do it for us today. And I think it's a win for New Jersey. They have some great breweries doing some really good stuff.
New Jersey needs a win.
They do. All right.
Needs more
All
teddy
this
bears.
Bon Jovi talk.
Good old boy, Mike.
Hey, come back. Enjoy another exciting episode of Suds and Smokes. I will ask you to keep on sipping.
Good old boy, Sean.
Your love is like bad medicine. Bad medicine is what I need.
Good old boy, Drew.
He's thinking.
I can't follow that. He's left me speechless again.
I'm here to help.
Good old boy, Dave.
Email me your fetishes.
That's his fetish.
You just opened
I have a fetish.
door.
I have a fetish
Oh,
for
come on,
fetishes.
tell them your email. Leave the cork
Leave
in.
the cork in at sipsudsandsmokes.com.
Thank
I'm
God.
so afraid.
Yeah.
This is good old gal Juliana going down that Thunder Road.
Yes.
We hope you enjoyed this episode. If you're listening to us online, do yourself a favor and tap the subscribe button.
Give it a little tappy. Tap, tap, tap-a-roo.
The easiest way to listen to our show is to ask Siri, Alexa, Google, Uncle Larry, or whoever it is that talks to you on your phone. Play podcast Sip Suds and Smokes. We love your feedback, and you can reach us at info@sipsudsandsmokes.com. Our tasting notes flow out on Twitter and Instagram with our handle @SipSudsAndSmokes, and our Facebook page is always buzzing with lots of news. You'll also be able to interact with the thousands,
Millions and millions
of other fans on those social media platforms. Do us a favor. Take the time to rate this episode if you're listening to us online. That's a big help to us, and we get to see your feedback as well. Come back, join us for another episode, and keep on sipping.
This has been a One Tan Hand production of Sip Suds and Smokes, a program devoted to the appreciation of some of the finer slices of life. From the Dude in the Basement Studios, your hosts, the Good Old Boys, will see y'all next time.